So, the recent Marvel What If show on Disney Plus recently released a trailer, and while, yes, I will be doing a breakdown on the trailer itself, hopefully soon, I want to talk about the episodes that we might be getting from the first series, because we do have confirmation on a few, and rumours on the rest. So, I'm going to talk about a lot of this stuff, because with Loki having recently wrapped its first season, we have gotten confirmation on a second one. Marvel What If seems to be dominating the spotlight now. So without any further interruption, let's dive into this. So we're going to start off with the first few confirmed episodes we have, and then I'm going to talk about some of the rumoured ones we have. So we have episode 1, which will apparently be called What If Peggy Carter Became Captain America? And this definitely looks like it's going to be one of the more intriguing episodes of the series, because not only are we going to see Peggy as Captain Britain, but we're seeing Steve Rogers in the Iron Man armour, which I think is a pretty cool route to take the story for the first Avenger. So, our next episode we have confirmed is What If T'Challa Became Star-Lord? Now, we do have some plot details on this. Apparently, T'Challa is going to be leading a reformed group of Ravagers, including Yondu, as they try to save the galaxy. We've also seen footage of T'Challa and Yondu fighting the Collector, which, I mean, that looks really cool. And not to mention, it has been said that T'Challa's What If episode is going to be what if the worlds of Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther were combined. So it's most likely we could see some Guardians characters and Black Panther characters meshed together to create this whole new sort of Guardians team, sort of. But I'll probably get to that later when I talk about, apparently there's going to be some kind of story with the whole episodes. Okay. Now, one thing I want to note is, this is going to be the most popular episode in my opinion, because the Marvel What If series will feature the last of Chadwick Boseman in the role of T'Challa, even though it's a different version of the character. It has been said he did record multiple episodes before his passing, which, I mean, it's one last gift from Chadwick to all of us as Marvel fans, so thanks, Chad. Okay, moving on to our next confirmed episode, What If the Avengers Became Zombies? Now, this is going to be the Marvel Zombies episode that has been talked about for quite a while now, and we've seen it in a lot of looks from the trailers. Now, we know that it's going to be the Zombies episode, and we've already seen shots from what looks to be this episode in particular, with Bucky being confronted by a zombie Captain America, and the shot of a zombified Iron Man, which I'll actually get back to in a minute. Now, we don't know much about the plot for this episode, but I've got an interesting take on the entire sort of plot for the episode. So in the trailer, we can see what looks to be a zombified version of Tony Stark in the Mark 50 armour from Avengers 3. That's interesting, because it most likely places the time of this sort of zombie virus breakout around the time of Avengers 3. And this also sort of tries to explain why Bucky is in his Infinity War attire. And I have an interesting theory that might actually collect this together. So my interpretation is that Thanos' snap actually had a different effect on the entirety of the population. Instead of dusting away half of the population, Thanos' snap actually turned half of the population into zombies, which would explain a few things, the main one being why Bucky is in his Infinity War attire, and why Tony appears in the Mark 50 armour. And this looks to have happened to the opposite side of the population than Infinity War, because we see Bucky alive, and he, of course, dusted in Avengers 3, and we see zombified Tony Stark, who, of course, was alive at the end of Avengers 3. Well, barely alive, sort of. He got stabbed by Thanos with a sword. Anyway, those are some of the confirmed episodes, but we have one more I want to talk about quickly, and I'm going to list some other ones. So, our next confirmed episode is What If Iron Man Landed on Sakaar? And this is backed up by the recent LEGO Marvel set, where Tony Stark has what looks like some kind of Sakaarian Iron Man armour. Now, this is going to be, in my opinion, the intriguing one in the series, because if Iron Man ends up on Sakaar, this means no Age of Ultron, no Civil War, or even Winter Soldier. There'll be some editor's notes explaining that. So there are a few other episodes we have confirmed as well. We have a Party Thor episode, a episode of What If Gamora Became Thanos, and then we have Killmonger saving Tony Stark. I'm not sure what the premise is going to be for that one. And then we also have Ultron with Vision's body and the Infinity Stones as well. That's intriguing. So, wow, that's going to be insane. Okay, moving on to some of the rumoured episodes. There's been talk of an episode with Steve Rogers becoming Spider-Man, which sounds a bit weird, to be honest. Maybe the Super Soldier Serum had a different effect on Steve Rogers and he became Spider-Man instead of Captain America, but we'll have to see what the overall plot is going to be for this episode, so yeah. Now, another interesting thing we've seen in the trailer is Doctor Strange's episode. Now, we see Doctor Strange looking interesting, and we don't actually have a set premise for this episode. Now, my take on this is Doctor Strange's scenario for his episode might be, what if Doctor Strange became a servant of Dormammu? Sort of like a Silver Surfer Galactus situation. And while that might not be the exact premise, it stands to reason that, based on Strange's appearance, Dormammu could possibly be involved in some way. And Doctor Strange is definitely using some dark magic based on some shots from the trailer as well. One thing I wasn't expecting, however, is that the show looks to have some kind of overarching story over the first 10 episodes, and I have a pretty big theory that might explain this. So, we know from Loki, spoiler alert, and we know that Kang the Conqueror, yes, he is the Loki villain, and he's going to be the villain for Ant-Man 3. We know that Kang is going to be the main villain, possibly for the MCU going forward, and maybe the Watcher has actually been tasked with putting together a team to help defend the multiverse against the wrath of Kang. Now, because the TVA is under Kang's control now, I think that's very much been confirmed, I think the Watcher might be planning to create a first line of defense against Kang, which is why he's telling us all these stories about these alternate realities, because characters like Starlord T'Challa, the Sakaarian Iron Man, this alternate version of Killmonger as well, Doctor Strange, Captain Britain, all of these different heroes are going to be parts of his first line of defense against Kang the Conqueror. So that's something very intriguing I am beyond excited to see in this new show. If I get Disney Plus, which is probably never going to happen. Okay, that does it for this video, and if you're interested in more stuff like this, then you can go check out my new podcast, The Movie Geeks with Brandon Prime. Sadly, we haven't been able to record a podcast yet. Brandon and myself have been busy with a few things, but we are planning to hopefully get another episode out soon. We are really excited about what we're going to be able to bring to you guys. So, if you're interested in videos on this channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with another video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.